Talking to Afghans, talking to NATO brass, talking to American brass since I've been here, everybody wants to show off how much Afghan institutions are being built up. The army, the police, services. I keep asking how those things are going to be paid for when ultimately the West moves on to other things. The Afghans I've spoken with say they hope the West keeps paying. The Westerners, NATO and the Americans, have a different answer. The people needed to provide policing, basic services, the kind of government jobs that you're talking about. Obviously, you need good, committed Afghan nationalists, essentially, to do that. You need people who want to do it for their country, people who are brave and willing to see that transition through. Who's going to pay their salaries in the long run?
Well, that's a great point. I think Afghanistan does not have oil, but they certainly have incredible mineral wealth potential.
Afghan mineral wealth. It's not quite in the category of the mythical Caribbean walrus from BP's oil spill response plan, but maybe it's close. We are here on Chicken Street, or approaching Chicken Street, the Chicken Street district.
Exactly.
As you can tell, I've suited up again. Everybody always says this is where the tourists come, and Richard hopefully pointed out on the way over here that, yes, this is where the tourist comes. Today, you are the tourist.
This is it. Yes,
so
exactly.
We'll see other tourists.
I don't think we'll see anyone else.
No.
You are the tourist today. This is what Afghanistan is absolutely famous for. Lapis.
Oh, yeah.
And
beautiful.
The ancient Egyptians considered it as valuable or more valuable than gold. And Osiris, the great, their god, was supposedly made of lapis. So it has been valued since the ancient times, and the country is covered in lapis. You can buy bowls of lapis, jocked, figurines, huge statues of lapis, and it is very, very, very cheap.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's
and anything else, there's other kinds of stone. If you want to, we can go in here. Actually, I don't know this shop, so
okay.
We'll go to, I know some other shops. They have turquoise, rubies, emeralds. Obviously, recently, the country's been famous in the news recently because they discovered all these minerals in the mountains, $1 trillion
well, they
or more.
discovered. They're
still in the rocks.
We're talking about them again. We've sort of always known that Afghanistan had incredible mineral wealth.
Yes.
I mean, everything from lapis to lithium.
Lithium you don't see very much, but you do see a lot of lapis and rubies and emeralds and turquoise.
No, but this is important.
Everything.
You think of, I mean, with all the stuff with counterinsurgency, right? With all the things that are being done to set up governance and law and order.
Look at this. I take her to the biggest shopping street, and we're talking about jewels. We want to talk about counterinsurgency theory.
You don't know this about me yet, Richard? But you're setting up all these government institutions. What's going to pay for the salaries of those government workers and soldiers and police officers once?
Well, I've been told this by very, very good sources that one of the reasons that the Afghan security forces were never expanded, were never created in the numbers that are now being created is because the United States didn't want to pay for it, which is somewhat ironic. Here is a little bazaar, and there's sometimes these little tributary bazaars.
Yeah. Didn't want to take on the responsibility.
Didn't want to take on the responsibility to pay for it. So the idea was just keep the Afghan security forces small, manageable, because
it's sustainable.
It's sustainable.
It's not a
that way we were,
right?
Yes, but it never secured the country.
Right.
So now
we've got something unsustainable that might secure the country.
It might secure the country, but which Afghanistan cannot afford.
Which is maybe why we're getting all of this American press. I don't mean to be conspiratorial, but maybe why we're getting all this American press about Afghanistan's mineral wealth, because Americans need to believe that Afghanistan is going to have some means of supporting
it's not conspiratorial. I know it was timed as an announcement.
Yeah.
That this was, as the war is going badly, right before General Petraeus is testifying before Congress, suddenly hearing about a decade-old study or a decade of study that says that there's $1 trillion or more of minerals in the mountains.
To give it a sort of positive horizon.
We could maybe there's a light at the end of this tunnel.
Consider the fact it should have been weird to you when that story came out that some of the evidence about Afghanistan's newly discovered mineral wealth were Soviet geological surveys.
It did the Soviets a lot of good.
Exactly. The Soviets knew about it between 79 and 89. It's not like they figured out a way to get rich off it either. Yeah, it's incredible.
We've ended up in an alley that I've never been in before. But if I have a friend who has a shop there.
How many times you've said to me, I got a guy?
I got a guy you gotta meet. I know a guy about a stone.
How much do the emeralds cost?
The emeralds are more, because the emeralds are natural. They're from Panjshir area. They're good. Yeah. They're not always that clear, but he can tell. How much are these per carat?
This is per carat $120.
120, which is still pretty inexpensive.
I'm not that familiar with the emerald market, but I believe you.
Thank you very much. So, this has been Chicken Street,
Right.
and there's obviously other things that are for sale. Carpets, animal skins.
Animal skins, and me without an extra carry-on bag.
Exactly. But you get a sense of what it looks like.
Yeah.
And a sense of what Kabul is like. I don't know if it's...
So when
what
you see
expected.
carpets here, they're not necessarily Afghan carpets.
Some of them are.
Yeah.
But they might not necessarily be from here. They could be from Kazakhstan.
See, the carpet that shows the different weaponry?
Those are classic Afghan carpets.
Yeah, that's spectacular.
Those are very famous. They became quite famous during the Mujahideen War. And obviously
Why would you put weaponry on a carpet?
People put pictures of things. You know, there was a celebration of the fight against the Soviets. So when they were fighting against the Soviets, they would put destroyed Soviet tanks or AK-47s on them, and it just became a bit of a tradition. And they still do it. You know, so this would have grenades on it and tanks and an AK, and is a liberation carpet or a resistance carpet.
I've never had the opportunity to buy a carpet with guns on it before, and I'm not sure when I'll have it again. I mean, unless I hang out with you, in which case it'll come up all the time.
Happen to have $20?
All right. Afghanistan Life Tac tank. Let's see, made in Afghanistan. Very good. This is $20 as well. This is like this one? Same as this. My mom's going to be really excited. This is, I'm sure, exactly what she wanted.
I think she's going to be a little disappointed.
Why?
We just saw the stones, and you buy a $20 carpet with a gun on it.
You know?
You do what you want, but I think she's not going to be overwhelmingly impressed.
I have very specialist tastes.
Yes, that's...
You're like, don't you want to buy the Star Sapphire? Don't you want to buy the Emerald? No, I'm sort of into the gun carpet.
Well,
Yeah.
welcome to Kabul.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I came to Kabul. Look what I got, a gun carpet.
I got a gun carpet. Also, this will fit in my carry-on. This is perfect. This might go on the set, the Rachel Maddow Show set. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Good luck. Thank you.
All right. Have a nice day.
See, you don't have a gun carpet.
I don't have a gun carpet. You know what?
You've even moved by the gun
$25
carpet.
I'll give you for that gun carpet right now.
I'm asking you like 5 questions about it. You're still ready to leave. You still can't even grok the fact that I would want to buy it.
I was shocked. I have been shocked. I've never seen anyone buy one of those.